Okay, let me just... Okay. Okay, I think I got everything ready. Okay, is everything working? Hello, hey Glitch, how you doing? Um, okay, I'm pretty sure everything is working. Everything should be working. Audio should be working. What just happened? Everything just went fucky for a second. Right. All right. Okay. Okay. I think everything is good. All right. You're doing. Okay. Great. Everything is good. Now remain that way. Remain in good. Remain all right. Obey the fist. All right. Okay. So I kind of decided to start the stream like after everything was loading because or else it's just gonna be just everyone just sitting here just being like, okay, it's been at 1% for like about an hour now. Oh well, it's been an hour. Time to stop stream. No, I'm back doing this because all day I was like, yes, I kind of want to do this. Am I doing buried supplies or where am I going? This map where I'm facing. Okay, doesn't look like I'm doing that, so I'll put that away. Did I not um sell stuff to him? I'm confuzzled now. Let me put things in here to make sure that we're doing good. I don't know. I don't want to say it's been a while since I did this. I'm probably gonna be playing this until I go to what's called until it's time for me to go to Bible study. Hold on, it looks like I have a few let me just repair, 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 repair. Don't need to repair that. Repair. How am I doing on this? Oh, I need to like repair all of this. Okay. Repair, repair, repair. Where, where, repair. Let's remain all right. You must. And it is the law. Oh, you're still going. Okay. I don't remember exactly what I was doing last time I was here. So, because the reason why is because I have another, what is it called? I have another world that I play on, that is apart from this. That I specifically do not use for streams because I know people are gonna be like, why is he always streaming this game? So I decided to make that game, make that world so I'm not always streaming on here. Okay, so how are we doing? Do I have everything in here working pretty well? Yes, I do. Okay, let's go and make sure that we have everything in order. Yes. I'm putting this away. I'm making more glue. That's how I pronounce it. Glue. Which I think I'm gonna take that and I'm gonna like drop it somewhere. looks like that we have some stuff. We have some stuff that we need to sell to the trader. So that's gonna take about. Okay, that's really not gonna take long. That's gonna take a lot less time than I thought it was gonna take. I am slowly figuring out how to talk more and more when I'm by myself, so that way we're not like just constantly sitting here in silence. However, I don't know why I did that. I don't know why I did that. I didn't need to do that. Okay, so actually, well, you know, while we're here, there we go. So, okay, that's good. Okay, so I'm gonna put that away and okay, you know, let's go. Let's head over to the rally point, but we're gonna head over to where the you know, I'm pretty sure it was like, when did I play this last? When did I play this last on here? Let me go and check. Live streams. When did I play this on here last? Check in live streams. It was on 22nd. That was last week. That was last Thursday. Okay. We've been getting... I just want to state that this, I think, like, the past few weeks has just been, like, just a variety of games. Why do I have this out? I'm gonna turn that off so that way we can get more bit rate here. Okay, let's go. Actually, hold on. How are we doing on... You know what? Yeah, we're keeping that. Yeah, I'm gonna keep that. Wait, do I have a splint? As a just in case. Just as a just in case. As a just in case. Yeah. Okay. Let's go. Well, first things first, we're gonna head over to the to the trader. Let's see, something to talk about. I have Bible studies and we're reading Ecclesiastes, which Ecclesiastes is King Solomon talking about how like meaningless everything is, like without God. Like like the entire point of it is the entire like plot of Ecclesiastes is just like everything is meaningless apart from God. It's from the point of view of somebody who doesn't live alongside with God. He goes and just tries to do everything by himself, tries to work by himself. Doesn't allow God to like be like in his life. Like it's like a life without God. That's the entire like it's the entire thing with it.
Good morning, my ass. For fuck's sake, what is it now?
You still don't have it. Okay, well, what is it that you do have that I can possibly... Nothing. Nada. You have any good? No, you do not. What about here? No. Do you have a good? Okay, that's pretty much all I need to sell you. Buy from you, and the rest I'm gonna sell. I'm keeping that. You take this, and you take this. That's pretty much it. That's all I need to sell you. That's all I need.
All right, now that we're done doing business, get out of my store. You got money this time, or you just here to piss me off?
Guess I'll take 3 eggs. I'll just take that.
A sale is a sale.
Even if it is to a scumbag like you. I now have this. A better axe. I'm dropping this here. You know what? I'm gonna take this off. And I'm gonna put it on here. I just realized what I took off. I'm gonna take this off. Well, I don't know what this does, but I'm taking it. Let's do this. Now this has the power to catch enemies on fire. Okay, what else do we got? He didn't have any better weapon, any better shotguns than this, but this does help me. This does help me. I do want to keep it that way. Well, I just realized I don't have any more. Okay. All right. Well, if I find more, that'll be great. But yeah, that's what Ecclesiastes is about. It's like if you like what life is without like God. That's what it would be like. It's from the point of view like if you didn't. Hold on. It is that house. Yes, I've been wanting to go to this house for so long. It's probably not gonna be as good as I thought about it, but still. But yeah, that's the entire thing. That's the entire thing. But no, I'm keeping that. Keeping that. What am I currently doing? I got 2 of them. And I want to get pack mule. So, but in order to get pack mule, I need these 2. So level 5. 1 point, 1 point. Okay, so now all I need to do is just keep gaining points until I'm fully up on pack mule. I now won't get encumbered at night, nor will I get encumbered during the day. So yeah. So yeah. Actually, you know what? I do want to talk about something. There is something that I do want to talk about because of like this is actually something that came up because I usually listen to like streams. Like if somebody is streaming while I'm at work, if it's on like Twitch, I'm usually listening to it. I'm usually listening to it while I'm at work because it tends to make the shift go by faster, and I like that. I like that. It's nice. And one of the things that came up in it. One of the things that came up in it was how like Minecraft YouTubers. That came up, and at one point like it was talked about like how like they were really good when we were kids, but then now they're not as good. And at one point that reminded me of like all the good ones that while they're not still around in the sense of playing Minecraft anymore, they don't really play Minecraft, they just play they do other things. Like the ones that are still good. Yeah? Okay. Hold on, I'll be right back. All right, so like one topic that came up was about like how like a lot of the YouTubers like either or they're not good, like they ended up not being good. They're no longer here. The good ones are no longer here anymore, or they just don't do the same thing that they used to. And at one point I brought up like one of the YouTubers that like made me want to start doing YouTube, and that was Popular MMOs. And people were like, isn't that guy bad? He's actually getting a lot better now. That's the thing. Getting a lot better. He's getting a lot better now. But Popular Mimos was like one of the YouTubers that I watched as a kid. That like they're the main reason why I got into this. Because one of the reasons is because they were like the first people that I actually found out about that made me realize that you can like have YouTube as a job. You can start getting paid. I saw that. Hold on. And as a result, I was like, I want to try doing this. But another thing that really got me like into it a bit more was like when I was back in middle school, and I made some friends, and they also had YouTube channels as well. And I've mentioned this before, like I had friends back in middle school that had YouTube channels, but to my knowledge, only one of them is somewhat active on there. To my knowledge, only one of them is somewhat active. And like because I looked up his channel, and I was like, and I looked and I was like, oh wow, he's still going. And the answer is yes, he is. Yes, he is. He is still going. I was surprised to find out about that because honestly, the thing is, like, it's not like in the sense of like he's doing this as a gate. He's not doing it the same way I'm doing. Same reason I'm doing it. Like his main like he just likes to critique movies and all that stuff, and like give like his opinion on it. That's how it's always been. As long as I've known him, like before, like we stopped seeing each other in high school. Well, I like that. Oh hey, antibiotics. What did I just get? What did I just get? What did I just get? I feel like I just unlocked something. But that's the thing. It's like for as long as I've known him, he's he's like always been like, this is what I see in the movie. This is what I like about a movie. This is what they did wrong. This is what they did right, and all of that stuff. Wait. Oh no, it's polymer. I don't need polymer. And when I was back, when I was back in middle school with all that stuff, you know, a lot of people say, "Oh, high school is the best years of your life." I had more fun in middle school than I did in high school. Like, I don't see like people are like, "Oh, high school were the best years of my life." I like that. I honestly liked middle school more. I think it's because like I think because middle school is like where I really started to like actually make friends and actually like start realizing, hey, I can come up with different, I can be more creative in this thing. I can be more like I can be more like I can be more I can understand more things. I can do this, I can do that. I can be more free in this case. And high school just kind of seems a bit stressful for me. I'm gonna fall down. Oh, I'll just be back there. Okay. And so that's the thing. To me, middle school was better when it came to like memories than high school. Like I still have like a lot of memories from high school. Don't get me wrong. I still have a lot of memories from high school. But middle school is like when I really started to understand that like creativity is something that I'm able to do. The problem with me being creative is the fact that as much as I want to like do stuff, I end up for some reason don't get a lot of motivation to do it, and I don't know why. Hold on, I missed entirely. I'm just gonna hide your body, if you don't mind. So, yeah, I got into doing YouTube because of like popular MMOs and all that stuff. But another reason is because like back in middle school, everyone like that was like when everyone was like, yeah, I'm gonna be a big YouTuber. I'm gonna be famous, and everyone, and almost like everyone that I knew had a YouTube channel. And to my knowledge, I'm probably like the only one. I'm probably like the only one that's the most active out of everyone there that I know of, because everyone else just like, and the reason why is because it's not. I'm not saying that everyone else decides to go on with their lives, and I'm just stuck in one place. No, it's because like everyone else, like they have a life outside of the internet, and they decide to go more on that. I, on the other hand, also have a life outside the internet, but I also want to make this like to my out of all of them. I'm pretty sure I was like the one that was most like, I want to make this my career. I want to make this a career because that's what it's been. That's how I felt for. That's how I've been feeling for like quite some time. What did I just learn? And was it good? You know what? Actually, if I end up not running out of health or hunger throughout this entire point, then I will stay with that. Another person over here? Nope. And so that's pretty much like, but then I found out about streaming. I think the first ever live stream that I did on my old channel was on my phone, and it's the main reason I don't really like to do streams on my phone. Like I'll I'll like when I first started streaming, I didn't have a second monitor. And and so I just ended up just like using my phone for the comments. But then when I got the second monitor, I started putting OBS onto this monitor and started using the chat on there. But then I found out that I could I found out there's a plugin that I can use to stream on both Twitch and YouTube. So I did it on Twitch and just had my phone again for the Twitch for the YouTube chat. But then I found out that I can just easily just put chat on a secondary chat onto OBS, and now my phone can safely be what's it called, I was opening door for you. How dare you? You're never some people, I swear. Or but yeah, that's the main thing, is like I want this to be a career. I want this to be a career. I want this to be like my job. Anything here? Hold on. Take that. Oh, I see a I'll eat this because that gives me more stuff. So yeah, I want this to be my career, but back to what I was saying before, is that the conversation that came up was about how, like, because the way how things have gone and how many YouTubers were outed, it came to the point where there were a lot of people where if you were a YouTuber, people just like immediately assumed that you were a bad person because of like all those other like influencers that were outed as being like bad people. And like all the things that happened. Okay, I'm gonna eat this, I guess. We apparently didn't need to bring food. Does this one have a... Yeah, this one's the one that... Hello. Let me just reload. There. But yeah, just they brought up the conversation of like because of like the bad people. Well, that should be the name of like a show or something. The Bad People. Like there's a Quiet Place, the Bye Bye Man, there's also the show The Good Place. There's a show called Good Omens. Just call a movie or a show The Bad People. Just be specifically on like specifically people that are bad, and why we shouldn't like immediately like start assuming bad things, because that's another thing. It's like, okay, don't need this, don't need this, this fine. Oh, we're gonna find like some stuff at the end of this. I'll throw some stuff down once we get out of here. But yeah, just because there's like a few bad people, don't like, you shouldn't really assume immediately that everyone is bad. You shouldn't like have to assume that everyone is bad just because there's a few bad apples. But then again, there's that saying that people bring up whenever this happens, like, well, a single bad apple spoils the bunch or something like that. It's like, yeah, that's why you take out that bad apple. That's why you take out that bad apple. It brings me to another conversation, it brings me to another topic that I had at one point where it's like the main character just so happens to be like related to a bad person, and everyone just immediately treats that person like as if they're the bad person, and they're like, and they're like, I'm not that person. I'm not that person. I'm my own person. I'm trying to be good. And everyone just is like, and people bring up the argument of saying, oh, well, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. And it's like, well, clearly this one did. And it's like, clearly this one did. Okay, guess we're getting rid of this. Getting rid of this. And get rid of that. I want to sell it, but like clearly these two, like if you were to put these two characters aside from each other, like side by side, you would see that there is a big difference between them. But no, people are always like quick to like assume shit. And the thing is, like, and what's even worse about these types of people that are quick to assume is that they're the ones who usually like, they're the quickest to assume. Yet when you assume something about them, they will immediately get mad at you for how quick you are to assume something. To make an assumption. Like there's that saying, assuming makes an ass out of you and me. And it's like, you do realize that applies to you as well, right? Like, also, another thing about speaking of assumptions, another thing about assumptions that I really don't like, and this is something that like really just does not make sense to me. People want other people to assume things, to make assumptions, just so they can get mad at them. Like, here's the thing, like, here's a good example, okay? This is not all of them. I want to put this out there. This is not all of them. This is only just a very few people. The entire, like, assuming someone's gender thing. That thing, okay? We're gonna use that as an example because this is the most recent one that I heard of, and there was a guy that the person was getting mad at them for assuming their gender, but the guy that was getting yelled at for it brought up a good point, saying, I don't know what gender you are. I asked you, what is your gender? And you said that I'm not going to tell you. So if I do not have the knowledge of what this is, I am only left to assume. All right. That's the thing about assumptions is that when someone doesn't have enough information on something, the only thing that's left for them to do is to make an assumption. And that's the thing, is that people don't, that's the thing. I'm only using that as an example because that was the most recent thing I heard, but it also pertains to other people who, like, are the first to get mad at people who assume things, because they will specifically not give you enough information to the point where you are left with nothing but with no choice but to make an assumption, but to assume something, but to guess, to estimate, or something like that. And when that happens, you get yelled at for it. People immediately start hounding you for it, being like, oh, why did you assume that? Why did you guess this? Can't you just ask? And it's like, they did ask. They did ask. They asked, oh, well, what is this? What is that? And all they got in return was, why are you asking me? Well, that's a personal question. It's like, well, how do you want me to address? And the thing is, it's like, in those cases, it's like, how do you want me to address you? It's how do you want me to address you? That is my takeaway. That is the question in all this is, how do you want me to address you? You want me to I'm not like against like people being like, oh, I use this pronoun, I use that pronoun. Okay, pronouns are an entire thing. All right, you're kind of taught them when you're first taught how to read. Shut the fuck up, Rex.
Aren't we closed yet?
And like you want to use like you want to tell me like what your pronouns are, fine, okay, yeah, fine, you can tell me that, okay. However,
what's it gonna be, huh? If you don't like my food, you can always. What are you, a zombie? Decide already.
If you are to tell, if I do not know what your pronouns are, and I ask you, and you just tell me that it's none of my business, then I am left with nothing but to make an assumption. What are you? Rocket frag. Okay. Yeah. I'm going to give you this, and I'm going to give you this. I got a bunch of these, so that's what I'm going with. I'm going to give you this stuff. Anything else that I got that I want to... Wait, how about this? Book. Okay, I already got a scope on this. Yes, I do. Okay. I'm buying that from you. And I do want to buy this. There we go.
You cheap ass son of a bitch.
That's all you're gonna buy? Okay. So let's modify that. Modify that. 1 and 2. Modify. What? You're telling me I can't...
Selling to even a dumbass like you.
All right. Well, I think that's all I wanted to sell. I'll sell you 40 of those. Okay. I'm gonna go and do the Taylor's treasure map.
All right, now that we're done doing business, get out of my store.
How about no? I'm gonna get these before anything else, so that way, when you open tomorrow and have new stuff, there's a higher chance I might have better. There's a higher chance there might be a better rifle. We can go back to the house. And I also might be able to sell him this thing. When I was streaming last time, was I streaming? Was that the one where I went into that giant mine, or was that while I was off stream? I believe I was off stream for that because I was watching 3 Scary Games, which is another thing. Actually, I do want to put in is that another thing about 3 Scary Games is that, like, I was watching Markiplier's 3 Scary Games, and the reason why I've been watching that is because here's the thing. I'm playing like more, like, I'm trying to get back into playing like more like games from itch.io. Here's the thing. I've mentioned this on my I've been mentioning this on my on the videos that I make from games from itch.io. There is a suggestion box in my Discord server. Now, that suggestion box is for if you want me to play, if there's games that you want me to play. If there are games that you want me to play, you can put them in there. From itch.io. Now, the only requirement is that it is free. That is the only requirement. That is it. That is the only requirement, is that it is free. And so I've been doing more of that. I even made like a and I mentioned this last stream as well. I even made a short that is supposed to be like kind of like a not waypoint, but kind of like a checkpoint, and saying, hey, this is, if you're seeing this video, then that means that everything is slowed down enough. These are not the exact words, but it says, if you are seeing this, then this means that then at this point, by the time this comes out, I need one. Okay, I want to see. Okay. Okay, so I actually just want to make one, specifically just one. That is it. So it's me saying, if you're seeing this, then this means that everything is slowed down enough to where everything can go back to being normal again. And when I say normal again, I mean like everything has been like I've been mostly just uploading filler videos, very few videos where I actually put like effort into it. Like I actually don't where I actually put effort into it, very few of those. So I've been and that's mainly because like a while ago I was like, yeah, I'm gonna make like a whole bunch of what's it called? A whole bunch of like clips. So that way I can what's it called? I can like stockpile the videos and be ready for, and won't have to worry about and I won't have to worry about like uploading for a while. And I did that. However, I made way too many. And I could just delete some, which I actually have been deleting some. I've been deleting only the ones that don't need to be I've been deleting the ones that like don't need to be like uploaded. So like everything is slow, and everything is starting to slow down. So I'm getting everything is starting to slow down, and I'm getting things back to how they should be. Like I'm gonna try and go back to playing like games again, where I'm gonna try and like actually start recording and actually editing videos and all of that. I'm gonna attempt to go back to doing that again, because the amount of how much I have not been doing that is a lot. Oh wait, really? That is cheap. I'm only making just this one. Just so I'm only making just this one because it's like, okay, so I can make it. Okay, so, well. No, so I still can't, so I can't make it yet. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to make it just so I can be like, yep, I know how to make this. The main reason is because, like, I've been getting a lot of stuff like that, okay? I've been getting a lot of shotgun shells. These tend to do more damage. Range damage 175. 4. No. Armor piercing shotgun ammo that fires a single projectile. Damage falls off rapidly beyond the effective range. Hold reload to use. Yeah, okay, yeah, these are better. These are better. So, fuck, what was I talking about? Shit, I was talking about some stuff. I'm gonna go and get the, wait, do I have a second one? No. Okay, we're gonna go and get, looks like this is gonna take a while. You, on the other hand, I don't really know how long you're gonna be taking. I'm gonna turn you off, actually. I'm gonna turn you off. Leave that in here. So, yeah, I'm trying to get more, okay, yeah, I was, so, yeah, everything should be slowing down. But but things won't really be slowed down until, like, until that specific, what's it called, video comes out. That one short comes out. And that's the main reason I've been, uploading so many, like, filler videos so fast, because the entire thing that I did here was more of just quantity over quality. I wasn't really, like, planning on making everything so, like, the best content you've ever heard of, best content you've ever seen. Hold on, I'm gonna get this guy. Got him. Okay. You know, like, the best content you've ever seen. I'm still trying to get, like, more clips, because I've noticed that gets me a lot more views. And give. I'm gonna keep that. Okay, that gives me more views, and I get more engagement. But another thing is that another reason why I want to become affiliate is not just so I can start getting paid from Twitch, but so I can start, like, doing, like, channel points. So, because technically I can do that right now. Technically I can do channel points right now, but it won't let me add channel points for some reason. No, it won't let me add more channel points. Okay, yep. Okay, it's a bot telling me viewers on streamboo.com. It's hype. Hype. 11.ru. How did that not kill you? There. Okay, I honestly thought that was a person for a second. I got excited. I was like, oh yeah, a person here. But then it turns out it's a bot, which honestly, okay. Yeah, really, because the thing is, I'm still on my way to being an affiliate. I just need one more requirement. And that requirement is I just need, like, what was it again? What was it? Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. It was But go to Twitch, keep on talking to make it so this is not boring. Go to creator dashboard, and go down to analysis, achievements, and path to affiliate. And yeah, because the only thing I really need now is stream for 4 hours. Done. Been done for quite some time. What? Am I not? Did I not? Okay. Stream on 4 different days. Okay. Yeah, minimum of 3 average viewers on 4 different days. Yeah, that's all I need. Sorry, I got confused because for some reason what it does is it doesn't like it's like a 55.21 on one of them, and I was so confused for a second. And like that's all I need is like just like 4 viewers on 3 different days. Or is it 3 viewers and 3 different? I just read it and I did not, and I immediately forgot. So that's just how good I am at reading, everyone. That deer is scared of me. Alright, and it looks like stream is dying. Let me just see if there's anything bad. Oh, okay. Turns out I just had to like do that. Another reason is because like the videos because I do a lot of videos like off a stream that like I record from stream, and I've been uploading those as the filler videos, and a lot of them is just me just not talking, just being like for like an entire hour straight, sometimes talking, sometimes not. And I'm now starting to try and talk more and more throughout the thing. I was but yeah, so I'm trying to get like more engagement in this. Oh fuck! Wait, I forgot. Sorry everyone. Twitch, log in Twitch. Hold on. I got this. Activate. Yes, authorize. Okay. Okay, so let me go to extensions and my extensions. Deactivate for now. And then everything should be good. Everything should be working now. Hopefully everything is working. Okay. Hold on, I got this. Is everything working now, or is it not showing? Extensions set as overlay. Done. Okay, there we go. Fixed it. Okay, there we go. Fixed it. Let's see. Okay. Okay, well, that's the there we go. I am pressing on like a whole bunch of different things. Okay, there. Made it so that anybody watching this can now, if they want, they can type in the chat, in a Twitch chat, and be like, yes, I would like this to happen. Because there's codes that show up. So also I said I need to do this before and I still haven't done it. And that is I need to get more I'm sorry, what? Hold on, let me just got text in Discord. Hold on. No, I didn't get a text. No, I didn't. Oh no, it's just Bible study tonight. Just Bible study tonight. Okay. I'm sorry. Is the... Oh, I better not. Oh, okay, good. I can still... I was so scared for a moment. Okay, so we can still... Okay. All right. Okay. Anyway, back to what I was saying before. I'm trying to get more like engagement in this on my channels on both YouTube and Twitch. On both YouTube and Twitch. I really I that's like my goals now. Well, for this year. I mean, he was an innocent guy. Okay, I didn't need to kill him. So, my goals for this year, be more, like, seek first the kingdom of God. So, have God as your as my first priority. Yep. But, and so, second part is try and get more, try and, like, get more engagement into, like, in my streams. Try and be, like, more, like certain games play and try and get more, more like try and like get better viewership. Okay, I guess we're going this way. So I'm gonna try and like cause at one point I was like listening to like Lupin's stream, and I was like, he talks a lot in there, and I'm not saying that's a bad thing. No. I mean, like, he talks to the point where I'm like, this is the type of talking that I need to do so that people don't just come in and be like, oh no, this person's not talking. I guess it's really boring. It's just always silent. But like, cause usually I need somebody like to bounce the conversation off of. I need to talk to somebody else in order to what's called in order to keep talking. We got we got some new commands in, so if you guys are seeing this on YouTube, you want to hop in on Twitch and do some commands, and there you go. Okay, so I'm all the way over here now. Why do I... Oh, hey, wow, okay, we're over here. I'm just waiting for the, Okay. Okay, maybe it's, under me? Okay, I guess we're going this way still. So yeah, I'm trying to get more engagement, trying to like, that's one of the reasons why I was like, yeah, we can, yeah, I want this to be up, so that way, like, if I'm playing Peak, I'm playing Lethal Company, if I'm playing repo, any of that, I can get. I want to make it so like people can use channel points on Twitch, so that way we can get that way we can get more engagement. There we go. We finally got it. Okay, we got it. We got it. So yeah, I'm trying not to like, if I'm not talking, I'm trying to like be silent for less time. Be silent for less time. I do want to okay, wow. We got some good stuff. I don't need that, so making sure we got things reloaded here. Okay, that's pretty much everything. Okay. Everything that's like valuable or like that can be used. All the other thing in there is, hold on, I'm gonna get this guy over here. I can get this guy. Actually, and so yeah, I'm trying to be more engaging. Another thing that I actually want to talk about is actually something I came across this morning where somebody was talking about like the evolution of like where people go to like post their art. And the entire like thing was like, oh, this was a good I'm not going to name which platform, okay? Yeah, however, you might be able to figure out which one it is due to what I'm about to say about them. The thing is, with the problem with a lot of like platforms is that they're all doing really good. They're all doing really good. All right? But then credit card companies come in and they're like, oh no, we can't have it like that. We want to make this we don't want it to be this inappropriate. And so we need to, that's way too sexualized. We need it to be better. We can't have it like that. And so so they end up like doing a lot of censorship and banning a lot of stuff. And the problem with this is, on one hand, because at first it seems okay, this is reasonable. Yes, we don't want that to be to be there because that's way too inappropriate. But it turns from voting is complete. I got scared. I thought something bad was gonna happen. It goes from being like reasonable, like, yes, I don't want that. Yes, well, that would make sense why we don't want that here. Or as that is inappropriate. Okay, yes, I understand that. To somebody puts up a picture of just like a character of a person standing there, or of a person standing there, realistic proportions. Like if you were to like draw somebody exactly how they looked, all of a sudden now that's considered sexual for some reason, and then like the entire platform is like, yeah, we're gonna have to take it down. It's too inappropriate. While it's like just a picture of like just a random person, a drawing of just a person, a realistic drawing of a person, nothing sexual about it. It was just a drawing of a person. It was a self-portrait. Like it was like, it's a self-portrait. They're not wearing anything scandalous. They're probably just like in just like clothes like what I'm wearing, like just a long sleeve t-shirt, like just a long sleeve shirt. Like they're just wearing that, and they're wearing like a hoodie probably and all of that stuff. Like just wearing like your like normal like casual clothes that you would go out with friends with. And they'll be like, yeah, sorry, we can't have those proportions on that person. That's too inappropriate. It goes from being reasonable to all of a sudden, okay, this is completely unreasonable anymore. So they have to go to another platform, and then that exact reasoning follows to that platform. And at that point, it's no longer about like protecting somebody. It's about control, because they're like, no, we want to like because they're disguising it as, because they disguise it as, oh, we want to like make things safe. We don't want to put inappropriate things on it. They disguise it as that, but in reality, they're really telling you, let us pick what you are, what we want you to post or not. Because it goes from being, because on one hand, yes, it's reasonable. You don't want if you don't want inappropriate stuff on your platform, okay, that makes sense. But the moment it starts going from like somebody actually posting something scandalous and not allowing that because it's inappropriate, when it goes from that to somebody posting a self-portrait of themselves just like sitting in a chair drawing, that's when, and you say that that's too inappropriate, then that's when it starts becoming a problem. I think like, that's like my main problem with a lot of this stuff.
If you try to say it's a good morning, take a look, but don't expect me to hold your hand through it.
Okay, I'm gonna sell you as much of these as I can. I'm gonna sell you as much of this as I can. Sell you this thing. I don't really need it. Okay, sell you that. Actually, I'm gonna sell you this, and I'm gonna sell you this as well. I'll sell you as much as this as I can. And can I sell you this? Okay. Well, you got new. You know, I went out and got you new stuff. I got you new things. I got you more supplies. You don't... Okay.
Cha-ching! Thanks, buddy.
I'm going fetch.
Let's make a pact. Get moving, jackass. This don't pay
It's
by
that way.
hour.
Yeah. And so, like, I get it. You don't want inappropriate stuff on your platform. But it goes from... But I feel like that, like, there are some people that don't understand the they go to extremes. They go to extremes. They go from one end of the spectrum to the exact opposite end of the spectrum. To them, that there is no in between. To them, that there is no in between. Another thing about that is that if somebody finds something that is completely like innocent, there's nothing wrong with it, and this person comes in and says that there's something sexual about it, that really tells you more about that person that says that than the person that made the completely innocent thing. The completely innocent thing. A good example of this is that a while ago there was this complaint to, I don't remember which city it was, but there were some bridges. There were some, like, what were they called? Bridges that go like this. I don't remember what those bridges were called, but this lady went up and said that she wanted those to be taken down because they were too sexual. And they're like, what do you mean? And they posted this on the news at one point. She says because they resemble that of a penis when they're up in the air. And like, if you were to look at what she said and then look over at what like the picture of those bridges, you want to know what your thought process is going to be? Your thought process is going to be, nobody was thinking that except you, Karen. There are certain things where it's like people are like, "Oh no, this is so inappropriate. It can't you can't have this here." Or, meanwhile, literally anybody else that looks at it, it's like nobody else but you was thinking that. No one else in this room was thinking that but you. You're the only one that was in here thinking that. Sorry, I thought I heard my alarm going off. I don't have to be there until I don't have to be there for a bit. But that's the thing. It's like, you don't, like, no one else is thinking this. You're the only one here that is thinking that. And you're trying to, and you're like, that's the problem with like when you're thinking of of that in a certain way, you want to be careful with what you say, because you try and like say, oh no, we can't have it like that because it resembles this, and everyone looks at you like as if to say nobody was thinking that except for you. What? You just out yourself, and you may now everyone is looking at you as if you are the perverted one here. And that's the thing. That's the thing, is that it's I keep saying that's the thing because I have like a word in my head that I want to use to describe this, but I can't. But I don't know what the word is. You cannot try, like, okay, how do I put this? You cannot try and out, it's the thing where you cannot try and out somebody without outing yourself. Without, like, revealing yourself to everyone. Like, you cannot, like, it's one of those things where it's like, you cannot try and, expose somebody for being perverted without exposing yourself. It's one of those. Like, I saw this Reddit post about a few years ago, I think, where it showed like somebody with the sticker of like Bad Dragon on there, which I didn't know until I read the comments, which was apparently, I don't know what, I still don't really know how to describe it, but apparently it's a furry thing. And somebody in the comments said, here's the thing, you know what that is, they know what that is, but they don't know that you know what that is, so you cannot out them without outing yourself. And I read that and I was like, that applies to a lot of other things. Somebody's gonna be like, well, wait, why was that your example? That was my example because that was the most recent example of this. Like, of you cannot like out somebody without like exposing yourself as well. Well, another one is like, oh wait, actually no, here's another example. I think it was like, what was it, the first Harry Potter movie, because I haven't read the books, so you're gonna have to stay with me on this one, okay? Yeah, there's a certain, hold on. Oh, good. Things. Hold on. Okay, so anyway, as I was saying, the first, oh, I don't have, oh wait, no, I do. The first Harry Potter movie, there's a certain point where Draco Malfoy, tries to get, like, catches Hermione, Ron and Harry out on out past dark when they're supposed to be inside, and they and he brings them to Professor McGonagall, and she's like, okay, yes, you will be punished, so you will be going and doing this. And Draco was like extremely smug. He's like, ha, I caught you. I got you in trouble. But then she turns to Draco and is like, and you will also be appointed, accompanying them. And he's like, wait, what? But I took them, but I brought them to you. I outed them. I got them in trouble. And it's like, yes, you did. You did show them. You were very right to bring them here. However, you were also out past dark. You were also out after curfew. And that's something I've thought about, and those are like examples that I've thought about a lot, where it's like, you get somebody in trouble, but you cannot get somebody in trouble without getting yourself in trouble. Like, there's a lot of stuff where it's like, you cannot out somebody without outing yourself. Wow, I did not expect for myself to be this thirsty. Okay, let me just... You know what? I'm gonna eat. I like to eat apples and bananas. I like to eat apples and bananas. So yeah, that's what I've been trying to get at, and it looks like I have like about 5 minutes left, so let's actually use this 5 minutes to actually bring the Holy Bible here. Hold on, Song of Songs. Wait. Psalms is before Proverbs? Really? I don't know why I've never noticed that. Okay, so we're on 22, I believe. 22. No, we're on 23 now, right? No, we're on 22. 21 we did yesterday. Okay, so 22. This is probably the reason, and this is definitely the reason why I'm doing this so early. Yeah. My God, why have you forsaken me? Why are you so far from saving me? So far from the words of my groaning. Oh my God, I cry out by day, but you do not answer. By night I am not silent, yet you are enthroned as the Holy One. Yeah. You are the praise of Israel. In you our fathers put their trust, but they trusted and you delivered them. They cried to you and were saved. In you they trusted and were not disappointed. But I am a worm and not a man, scorned by men and despised by the people. All who see me mock me. They hurl insults, shaking their heads. They trust in the Lord. He trusts in the Lord. Let the Lord rescue him. Let him deliver him, since he delights in him. Yet you brought me out of the womb. You made me trust in you, even at my mother's breasts. From birth I was cast upon you. From my mother's womb you have been my God. Do not be far from me, for trouble is near, and there is no one to help. May bulls surround me, strong bulls of brazen, encircle me. Roaring lions tearing their prey. Open their mouths wide against me. I am poured out like water, and all my bones are out of joint. My heart has turned to wax. It has melted away within me. My strength is dried up like like a potsherd. and my tongue sticks to the roof of my mouth. You lay me in the dust of death. Dogs have surrounded me. A band of evil men has encircled me. They have pierced my hands and my feet. I can count all my bones. People stare at and gloat over me. They divide my garments among men and cast lots for my clothing. But you, O Lord, let not be not far off. O my strength, come quickly to me, to help me. Deliver my life from the sword, my precious life from the power of the dogs. Rescue me from the mouth of the lions. Save me from the horns of the wild oxen. I will declare your name to my brothers. In the congregation, I will praise you. You who fear the Lord, praise him. All you descendants of Jacob, honor him. Revere him, all you descendants of Israel. For he has not despised or disdained the suffering of the afflicted ones. He will not. He has not hidden his face from him, but has listened to his cry for help. From you comes the theme of my praise in the great assembly. Before those who fear you will not fulfill my vows. The poor will eat and be satisfied. They who seek the Lord will praise him. May your hearts live forever. All the ends of the earth will remember and turn to the Lord, and all the families of the nations will bow down before him. For dominion belongs to the Lord, and he rules over the nations. All the rich of the earth will feast and worship. All who go down to the dust will kneel before him. Those who cannot help themselves, keep themselves alive, posterity will serve him. Future generations will be told about the Lord. They will proclaim his righteousness to a people yet unborn, for he has done it. That was Psalms 22. That was Psalms 22. I thank you guys for watching. That's gonna be it. Those of you that are over on YouTube, I be on Twitch. Go over there.